Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brilliant. I got it working now. Just need to find where the actual file is now, and then we can start. Alhamdulillah. Okay, everyone's ready? Let's start now. Okay. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now, in book 2, there are Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. In book 2, there are 13 lessons, and inshallah, these 13 lessons we will cover over the span of about 16 weeks. Additional 2 lessons will be required, or 17 lessons, due to the fact that there will be other additional information which I'll be providing myself, and due to that, it will take about 16 sessions for us to complete this book. And in this book, there will be handouts as usual, which I'd normally give to give the additional information which is required for the book and to make it more advanced. And inshallah, not this week, but maybe the following weeks, what we will do as well is that I will also have tutorials in smaller groups, so that I can work with each student and facilitate small groups as well, inshallah. So today's lesson will be the main group lesson, and then we will have smaller groups where I do tutorials with smaller groups to work with them individually. So let's start. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajhum. So alhamdulillah, we have completed book 1. We're starting book 2. Now, book 2, the first lesson, ad-darsul awwalu, the first lesson. So bayti. So you remember in book 1, lesson 2, I gave a handout of prepositions, possessive prepositions, and we did bayti. We started baytuhu, baytuha, baytuka, baytuki, bayti, and baytuna. So in this lesson, you can see there is a level 2. Now there is more information and more sentence constructions in this book. And there are more of the concepts which we've discussed in book 1. We discuss this further and we elaborate and give you more examples in this text. So bayti, my house. Hada bayti. Hada bayti. This is my house. And you can see bayti is with the ya mutakallim for the possessive pronoun. This is my house. Bayti amam al masjidi. My house is in front of the mosque. I'll read the Arabic text and then I'll ask students to come and I will ask them questions. So at the meantime, as everyone's mics on quiet, on mute, so if you can repeat once I've read the text, so that once I give you a chance to come on the mic, you are able to read it fluently. Bayti amam al masjidi. My house is in front of the masjid. Bayti jamilun. Bayti jamilun. My house is beautiful. Fihi hadiqatun. Hadiqatun saghiratun. In fihi, so fi means in. He is a pronoun, which is he. I'm going to pick on Sister Tayyiba because I want this to be clarified before we go any further. Sister Tayyiba, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Now, Sister Tayyiba, you know the word baytun?
Yes.
Is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
And if I want to refer to in it, what will I use? What pronoun would I use? As you know, in the Arabic language, we don't have the word it, so it uses a pronoun and it substitutes the word it. So it is big, meaning the house is big or large. So here, fihi, what is fihi, the pronoun he referring to?
The house.
And how would you know that is referring to the house?
It's masculine.
Correct. And also, the other thing in the beginning of the sentence is just hada, this is my house. Remember?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hada is, and what is the feminine version of hada?
هذه.
Ahsanti. Fihi, jazakallah sister. Fihi, in it, meaning the house, hadiqatun saghiratun. Now, again, Sister Taiba, I'm going to pick on you again. Hadiqatun saghiratun. Why is it saghiratun and what and hadikatun? Is there a relationship between the two words?
Because it's an adjective, so صغيرة has to have the same form as حديقة.
Brilliant, fantastic. Now the question I'm going to ask you next one, saghiratun and hadikatun. So what are you seeing? What does it follow? What does the adjective follow? The thing which is describing. What does it follow? Do you remember?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
So there was a adjective follows the thing which is describing in how many things, and what do you see in particular in this example?
So it follows the same, whether it's masculine, feminine, whether it's singular, dual, or plural. I can't remember which other ones. In here, though, it's both. They both take the feminine form.
Correct.
Oh wait, I think and the i'rab is the same in this form, so they
Correct.
both have dhamma tanween. They both are singular. They both are indefinite.
Ahsanti. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You answered all the questions. Yeah, that's all of it.
Okay.
So yeah, so hadikatun is indefinite. It does not come with alif lam. And saghiratun is also coming without alif lam. So
Yeah, it's just easier to jog your memory when you have an example. Like off the top of my head, I couldn't think,
exactly.
but with the example, then I remembered.
Exactly. So inshallah, whatever we have done in book one, I will refresh everyone's memory and also will give you additional information so that we can develop on those foundations which we have already set with every student and the abilities which everyone has achieved so far. So thank you ever so much for that.
Exactly.
Okay. Just 1 second. Then it says, هذه غرفتي. هذه غرفتي. This is my room. Yeah, Sister Taiba, can you come back on the mic again?
Yes.
Okay, now why am I saying هذه غرفتي in contrast to before I said هذا بيتي, this is my house. Here we are saying هذه غرفتي, this is my room.
So غرفتٌ is a feminine noun, so you have to use the feminine pronoun of هذه.
Brilliant. Jazakallah, sister. Thank you ever so much. فيها نافذة فيها. Now, fiha is referring back. So what normally happens, the pronoun, when you have the pronouns like ha, it refers to back to the previous sentence. So هذه غرفتي, this is my room. So fiha, as غرفتun is feminine, fi means in, ha means it. What? Mean my room. Fi غرفة means referring to the room again. Fiha, in it, نافذة. Kabiratun. So kabiratun is an adjective for nafida. What does nafidatun mean? Nafidatun means a window. Nafidatun means a window. So in it is a large window. ومرواحة جميلة. And a beautiful fan. هذا سريري. هذا سريري. This is my bed. وهذا كرسيي. And this is my chair. وهذا مكتبي. And this is my desk. ساعتي, my watch. وقلمي, my pen. وكتابي, my book. على المكتب. على المكتب. I'm going to pick on Sister Shabnam Valji. Sister Shabnam Valji, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Sister Shabnam, why am I reading Alal Maktabi?
Because the alal, the preposition, makes the maktabi take a kasra.
Kasra, and it's in the state of, in English, it's called the genitive case, and in Arabic, it's called Halatul Majroor. If I said, Sister Shabnam, Alal Maktabin, Alal Maktabin, is that correct?
No.
Why not?
Alal maktabin, because you've got the al there as well. And the al doesn't allow for the tanween to be present.
That's brilliant. That is fantastic. So by this, I'll be actually juggling and reminding everyone, recapping all of what we have done in book 1 as well. Thank you, sister, for that.
Thank you.
وحقيبتي تحت المكتب. وحقيبتي تحت المكتب. And my bag is beneath the desk. نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة. نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة. So نافذة means window. غرفة نافذة. I'm going to pick on, I need to pick someone on this question. Sister Zamina. Can I pick on yourself, please, sister?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, alaikum salam. So, sister, would you know why am I reading nafidatu ghurfati? The translation is window of my room. Window of my room. Why can I not read it nafidatun?
Because it's mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, so a mudaf doesn't have a double tanween.
Brilliant. Jazakallah, sister. Thank you ever so much. So here, thank you, sister. So nafidatu is mudaf. Ghurfa is mudaf ilay. And then what's happening? Ghurfa is becoming mudaf again, even though it's mudaf ilay, but it's also becoming mudaf again to something else, which is the ya mutakallim. Ya mutakallim meaning ghurfati. So that's the reason why when I translate in English, I am saying window of my room. Maftuhatun. Yes, it's on. It's recorded. Yes. Nafidatu ghurfati maftuhatun. So window of my room is open. You can also say, for example, if I want to say window of his room, Sister Zahra Jamal.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, sister. Sister Zahra, if I want to say window of his room, how would I say that in Arabic?
غرفته.
No, window of his room. Window, not so here.
غرفته.
Just bear 1 second, please. Nafidatu ghurfati means window of my room. Now, if I want to say window of his room, how would I construct that?
So غرفatu is غرفتun is the room, right? And his would be who? So غرفته.
No, well, I need window as well. I said window of his room. Window.
نافذة.
Yep, correct.
غرفته.
غرفته. So what happens?
غرفته.
Yeah, so what happens when there's a kasra before a pronoun, he, like sorry,
Yeah.
who means his, yeah. So when there's a kasra before who, like ti, ghurfati, you would read it as you would change the i'rab of the who to a kasra, and it becomes nafidatu ghurfatihi.
Yeah. Okay.
And what will be the translation of that, sister?
Window of his room.
Window is of his room. Fantastic. Brilliant. I'm going to pick on someone else now. I'm going to pick on
Sheikh,
brother.
before you continue, can I ask a question?
Yes, sister, go ahead.
This maftuhatun. So
Yep.
normally we usually say maftuhun.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering about the fatha on top of the ha.
Yep, I'll explain that. I'll explain that. Give me 2 seconds. I'll come to that as well, and what this is as well, okay? But thank you for your sister for that question. I'll answer that question. Just give me 2 seconds, because actually, as you're on the mic, Sister Sabira, I'm going to ask you, Sister Sabira, you know the nafidatu ghurfatihi, which Sister Zahra Jamal did. How do you say window of her room? Window of her room.
It's Sister Nasreen.
Nasreen, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Nafidatu gurfatihi. No, gurfatiha.
Ahsanti. Nafidatu ghurfati
Ha.
ha. That's brilliant. Now I'll answer your question. So maftuhatun, do you remember we in lesson number 7 in book 1, we did like what was it? Al-babu maftuhun. Remember? Al-babu maftuhun. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So al-bab is masculine and it's maftuhun. And maftuhun means opened. Okay? You with me so far? Yes, sister?
Yes,
Maftuhun
yes.
means open. And that's the masculine noun for open. But ghurfatun, sorry, the word nafidatun is feminine. Because it's feminine, the noun which is describing the window, maftuhatun, is coming with a ta marbuta because it's describing a feminine noun. So before it was maftuhun. Now the last letter of this word now becomes the ta marbuta, and for this reason, the haraka of the ha, which was a dhamma before, is transferred to a ta marbuta itself. Does that answer your question now, Sister Nasreen?
Yeah, so when the female is there, so the letter before the ta marbuta would always take a fatha then?
That's correct. Absolutely right.
Okay,
So
that's
I'll give you an example. Like I'll give you another example. Like muslimun, and means a believing brother. Then muslimatun. Does that make more sense? I'll give you another example. Muslima, meme's got a fatha.
Okay, yeah, I understood. Yeah.
I'll give you another example. Mu'minun, believer. Mu'minatun.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So that is, inshallah, I will give you information on this as a handout, inshallah, by tomorrow. About maftuhatun and also about other aspects of this lesson as well. So nafidatu ghurfati maftuhatun. Window of my room is open. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
I have a question as well.
Yes, sister.
You know, you said nafizatu ghurfatihi.
Yeah.
Who is change on he?
Correct.
Ghurfatu who is change on ghurfatihi.
Correct.
So just this explain me again, please.
So what happens that the word the pronoun for the attached pronoun who, like kitabuhu. Kitabuhu means his book. However, if the previous letter before the pronoun who is with a kasra, the pronoun who changes its i'rab to a kasra. For example, ila kitabihi. And also, even in this example, because nafidatu, it should be nafidatu ghurfatin, correct? Nafidatu ghurfatin. But
yes.
Nafidatu ghurfatin. However, because nafidatu ghurfati is again mudaf, ghurfa is mudaf again. Okay, question, Sister Tahreen Khoja. Can a mudaf come with a tanween? Can I say nafidatun ghurfati?
No.
Okay, exactly. That is because whenever you have a noun which is mudaf, it will not get a dhamma tanween. It only gets one fatha, kasra, or a dhamma. So here, nafidatu ghurfati is mudaf, and that's the reason why I'm not reading ghurfatin. Because it's coming with another pronoun after it. So nafidatu ghurfati, and is with kasra, and is mudaf, and the pronoun he also gets a kasra, becomes nafidatu ghurfatihi.
Okay.
Brother, I hope I've tried to make it clear as possible. Is that clear, sister? Sister Tahreen, was that clear? Sister
जी
Tahreen.
जी समझ आ गई.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Ali Hassan. Brother Ali is brother Ali.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, we'll be missing you. Inshallah, everything good with you?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, thank you.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you the question, Brother Ali. Nafidatu ghurfa. D means window of my room. How do you say window of your room for a masculine?
Nafidatu ghurfatuka.
No, give it a kasra. Give it a kasra.
Ghurfatika.
Ahsantum. Ghurfatika. What will be the translation in English?
Window of your room.
Window of your room. And if you're addressing a female, saying window of your room, how would you say that?
Nafidatu ghurfatiki.
Tiki. Fantastic. And one more question. How do you say window of our room?
Ghurfatu.
No, window,
sorry, no.
Yeah, window. Add window.
Sorry. Nafidatu ghurfatina.
MashaAllah. Ahsantum. That's fantastic. I've deliberately done more examples and practice on this. Is that clear for everyone now?
I have a question.
Sister Sukaina. Yes, I just seen what you have wrote there. Bismillah. Come on the mic.
Yeah, I'm on the mic. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam to Allah, sister.
So when you said nafizatun ghurfatana, why did you say ghurfatina when it follows the pronoun? Whatever the pronoun has, that's what my understanding is.
Yes.
So it should have been ghurfatana because of the na there.
No, because what happens, na, it's a noun which comes as it is na. Okay, na, it remains as it is, but ghurfa is coming in the place of mudaf ilay.
Okay.
Correct? It's getting a kasra because it originally was mudaf ilay, and then on top of being mudaf ilay, then it became mudaf to a pronoun as well.
Okay.
You understand? So nafidatu ghurfatin is correct. Window of a room.
Correct.
We have a pronoun which is coming after the word ghurfa. Now here, first of all, we do nafidatu ghurfati, means window of my room. And if I wanted to say window of his room, what's happening? We say nafidatu ghurfat. Originally it would have been ghurfatin, but then it's becoming mudaf again to a pronoun. So the dhamma kasra tanween is dropped and a kasra is put in place. So nafidatu ghurfati, and for the suitability, the pronoun who, its i'rab is only the word who. His changes, that's the only pronoun which only changes its i'rab. The rest of them remain as they are. And it becomes nafidatu ghurfatihi. Is that clear, sister?
So for who, it would be ghurfatuhu.
Ghurfa, the who is the only one pronouns which changes to a kasra if the previous noun came with a kasra.
Okay. So I'm looking at it in the reverse. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's ghurfatihi, correct?
Brilliant, you got it.
Okay.
So inshallah, everything's been recorded, and I'll send you the recordings as well, because this is the first lesson. So what's happened, it's you have a slightly dip, a jump from book 1 to book 2. So I am trying to explain as simple, in simple words and try to explain these concepts clear as possible. So inshallah, if you listen to it again, that will click in, inshallah. Thank you, sister. Then we say, هذه غرفة أخي. هذه غرفة أخي. So this is room of my brother. So هذه is mubtada. What does sister, who should I pick on?
Can I say something about
ahead.
this mudaf ilayhi thing?
Go ahead.
In fihi also, it is like there's a kasra in the ha,
Yes.
right? Because in Arabic language, is it because it's easier to pronounce? That's why the ha takes a kasra?
That's right. Because fihi, a good example actually. You good observation. Yeah, fihi is the same again because fihi, because it is preceded by a kasra. That's why it should be fihu. Fihu is impossible to read. That's why they changed it to fihi.
Yeah, so for easy pronunciation, I think.
Exactly. That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sister. I didn't cross my mind that I could have used that example as well. Jazakallah, sister. Okay, then we have هذه غرفة أخي. This is room of my brother. So in this example, the translation, this is room of my brother. So غرفة is mudaf, أخ is mudaf ilay, and ya is mudaf again. So غرفة أخي means room of my brother. Okay, this is room of my brother. وتلك غرفة أختي, and that is room of my sister. غرفة أخي, room of my brother. كبيرة, room of my brother is large. وغرفة أختي صغيرة, and room of my sister is small. غرفة أخي, room of my brother. أمام غرفتي, so room of my brother is in front of my room. So one thing I need to make clear, whenever a noun is mudaf to the possessive pronoun for I, غرفتي, أختي, the i'rab normally gets a kasra, it's hidden, it's not mentioned. We will know, you as a student need to know that. So you won't say that the kasra there is the actual i'rab for the mudaf ilay. No, you will say that the mudaf ilay i'rab is hidden. It's not mentioned, but this is in the place of, the ya is in the place of mudaf ilay. And it's taqdeeran, hidden. Okay? So whenever kitabi, kalami, is mudaf ilay, but the last letter i'rab is hidden. Okay? Let me continue. وغرفة أختي أمام المطبخ. Room of my sister is in front of the kitchen. Room of my sister is in front of my kitchen. Let's continue. Li akhun. What does the word li means? Sister, who should I pick on? Sister Suraya Aladina. Sister Suraya Aladina. Okay, the mic's not okay. Sister Batul Salman. Can you come on the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam. What's this word li akhun mean?
Literally, it means for me, but we translate it as I have one brother. Li akhun wahidun, I have one brother.
Yes, I have one brother. Or for literally correct. For me is one brother, but you will say I have one brother. Brilliant. Ismuhu. What does the word ismuhu mean?
Ismuhu, his name. Ism
Brilliant.
is name and who is his name.
Fantastic. How do you say her name?
Ismuha.
How do you say my name?
Ismi.
Fantastic. And your name for a female?
Ismuki.
Ismuki. Fantastic. And your name for a boy?
Ismuka.
And the last question, her name.
Ismuha.
MashaAllah, that was excellent. Fantastic.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, sister. Ismuhu Osama. His name is Osama. Jazakallah, sister. Thank you. Then we have Wali ukhtun wahidatun. And I have one sister, Ismuha Su'ad. Her name is Su'ad. Abi wa ummi. My father and my mother. Fi in tilka al-ghurfati al-kabirati. My father and mother are in that large room. So al-kabirati is the adjective for room. Fi tilka al-ghurfati al-kabirati. Okay. Ana, I. Okay, who I'm going to pick now. Ana uhibbu abi wa ummi. I like my father and my mother. Wa uhibbu akhi wa ukhti. And I like my brother and sister. Okay, I'm going to pick on some.
Sorry, Sheikh, can I ask a question?
Sister, who? Sister Nasreen or Sister
Sister
Sabira?
Nasreen,
Okay.
yeah. So when it said fi tilkal ghurfatil kabirati,
Correct.
why has it put al? Is it because normally you? Oh, okay.
Because al-ghurfa is coming with that. In that room. So al-ghurfati is coming with alif lam, and that's the reason why al-kabirati is coming with alif lam, because the adjective follows the previous noun, and if it's definite or indefinite.
So is the fi causing the kasra as well? Because the tilka is there.
Yes.
It's not the tilka causing it.
So what's happening? Fi is causing the kasra in tilka, but you cannot see it's hidden. Then you're having tilka, you're having that as mudaf. Al-ghurfati is mudaf ilay.
Okay. But normally when we say this and that, isn't that definite?
Yes, that is definite.
That's okay.
Yes.
And that's why it's got al then, yeah?
Yeah. So
Okay.
then what's happening then? Tilka al-ghurfati, in that is what it's doing. It's trying to remove every type of ambiguity, and that's the reason why it's referring to that room. Even though you say tilka al-ghurfa means that room, it could be any room. That room is not specifying that room. But when you say tilka al-ghurfa, you know it's specifying a certain room which you're pointing to as well. So you're trying to remove all ambiguity when you bring the alif lam on top, addition to tilka.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sister Sabira, you've been a bit quiet today. Sister Sabira?
Salam.
Alaikum assalam. Sister, now, uhibbu. I'll tell you, uhibbu is present tense. Uhibbu is present tense.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to say, uhibbu is I like. How do you say we like?
Nuhibbu.
Fantastic, brilliant. How do you say he likes? Change the alif into a ya.
Is it yuhibbu?
Yuhibbu, brilliant. Now, how do you say she likes?
Tuhibbu.
MashaAllah, excellent. See this? So this is how what we have done the past several weeks before is helping you, that you're able to change the verbs which are in this text into the different forms now.
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. Can I have next on the mic, Sister Sakina Karam Ali?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Okay, sister, the word uhibbu, how do you say you like masculine? So uhibbu, change that alif into a ta, becomes what?
Tuhibbu.
Tuhibbu. And how do you say to, if you were addressing a female, how would you say that to a female?
Tuhibbina.
That was brilliant. Tuhibbina. Tuhibbina. Sister Jazakallah. Last question. How do you say they all females No, that's a different one. I wouldn't do that one. They all masculine liked or liking.
يحبون.
Yuhibbuna, Jazakallah. Now, with what you have done, you've actually, this is a different scale, which I haven't taught you this. Because you have done the basic scale, you'll now be able to do different verbs. As long as you know the actual system and the actual pattern, you're able to conjugate different verbs, despite I haven't taught you them as well now. So, excellent, Jazakallah. Can I pick next on the mic, Sayyid Asim?
Can I ask a question? Just does hub means love or like? Because in the book it says love.
Okay, let's translate as love. But yes, there's in Arabic language. There's so many. There's uhibbu, uridu. You could translate as desire, like. Yeah, that's fine. I'll translate as uhib, as love. That's fine. I'm happy with that.
Can I ask you a question, please?
There's also another word in Arabic as well.
Sorry.
Wadda yawaddu also means love. Yes, brother or sister.
Ask a question, please.
Yes, go
Can
ahead.
you explain تلك الغرفة الكبيرة? Why two definites are there? الغرفة and الكبيرة. I know you explained it. I want you to explain it a bit clearer.
Okay, so the reason why is that تلك الغرفة means in that room. So it's trying to, in that room, so Alif Lam has been brought, it's referring a particular room. Then what happens, Al-Kabira is with coming with Alif Lam due to the fact that it is an adjective and the adjective follows the previous noun, whether it's definite or indefinite, number one. If it's indefinite, it will also be an indefinite. Number two, this is, Ghurfa is singular, Kabira is singular. Ghurfa is feminine, Al-Kabira is feminine. Ghurfa is coming with a kasra, Al-Kabirati is coming with a kasra as well, doctor. So it's adjective, sifa mawsuf, na'at man'ut. Is that clear, doctor?
Ahsant.
You're welcome. So yes, yeah, I'm happy with translate uhibbu as love as well. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to pick on Sayyid Asim.
Ji, assalamu alaikum wala, sir.
Alaikum assalam. MashaAllah, you've missed a couple of lessons as well now.
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to catch up as well. Okay, uhibbu means I like. How do you say we like?
We uhib.
Change the alif to a noon.
Nuhibbu.
Yes. How do you say he likes or he loves?
He likes.
Change the alif to a ya.
Yuhibbu.
Yuhibbu. Brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you. Sister Matsuma, can you come on the mic?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, Sister Matsuma, how do, now the past tense, so when, please write this down on a piece of paper. Now, whenever I'm going to teach you, as the course of this book, when I do the past tense, when I do the present tense, or if it gives you the present tense, I will teach you the past tense as well. Because because we're learning and we're going the phase of learning the Arabic language, whenever you come across a verb in past tense, try to find the present tense. If you find a present tense verb, try to find the past tense, okay? So Masuma, past tense for uhibbu, it's ahabba.
Abba, okay.
Ahabba. Now, I want you to conjugate the 14 tenses. Ahabba. 1 second. Just 1 second. Doctor likes conjugating, so let me just put everyone on quiet. Sister Masuma, unmute your mic again. Yeah, Sister Masuma, unmute your mic. Masuma Hassan.
Yep, I'm done.
Conjugate ahabba, past tense. Ahabba, he loved.
Okay. Ahabba, he loved. Do you want me to do all 14 or the 6?
All 14. Okay, you do 6, and I'll pick 6 for the next 6, someone else. That'll be fine.
I don't mind, I can try.
Go ahead.
And then they both for the masculine would be ahabba. And then they all for the masculine would be ahabbu.
Brilliant.
And then the she, ahabbat.
Ahabbat. Good.
and then they both for the female would be ahabbata,
Yes, correct.
and then that's they all for the female ahabbana.
Ahabbana. Okay. Okay. Just stay there. Okay. Who else wants to have a opportunity to?
No, it's ahabbuna. Is that right?
Don't worry.
Ahabna, that's it. Okay, that's fine. No worries, you can carry on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Brother Ali, what do you think it is?
Is it ahbabna or
What do you say that? Say that again.
ahbabna?
Ahbabna. Ahsantum. Have you? Who taught you this?
My wife.
Your wife. Okay. Yeah. Or is she telling you in the background? Okay. Yeah,
Why would it be ahbabna?
I'll tell you, explain. I wanted someone to say the correct answer, and then I will explain. Okay. So the reason why. Okay, write this on a piece of paper. Everyone, get a piece of paper, and I'll tell you. Alif. Write this down. Alif, ha, ba. Alif, ha, ba. And on top of the ba, write a shad. Write a shad. So originally, yeah. So the shad represents there are two bars. So whenever you have a shad on a word, it means that there are two words of the same species or the same type next to each other, but the shad has been brought in place. So originally it was baba, baba, baba. So baba, baba, babu, babat, babata, babna. And what did Brother Ali say? Brother Ali, can you come to the mic and tell what was the answer?
Is it ahbabna?
Ahbabna, exactly. So what happens is that because you keep the shad on the actual word all the way up to the sixth form, up to the fifth form. Yeah. No. Sister Zahra, on the ha, there should be a sukoon. So on the ha, there should be a sukoon. So it's baba, so ahabba, ahabbu, ahabbat, ahabbata, ahbabna. Because you know, dharabna. So you know that the last letter, the noon, is with a fatha, and before the noon, there should be a sukoon. A sukoon. So because of the sukoon that has to exist, ahabba, now you can't do it. So what happens? The shad is broken to its original form, which is baba na, and it becomes ahbabna. Jazakallah, Sister Zahra Jamal. Thank you. Sister Zahra, she's actually typed it into the chat box. Is that clear for everyone now?
I'm still a bit confused.
So no, look at this one here. Ahbab. So okay, dharab. What does dharabna mean? Dharabna.
Zarabna, is it hit?
Yes, they all females hit.
They all hit, yeah.
Okay, so what happens with that format, the ruling for this format is that the noon comes with a fatha, okay? The noon comes with a fatha, and the previous letter before the noon has to be with a sukoon.
Yeah, zarabna, yeah.
Dharabna. So if you say ahabba, can you see on ahabba in the Arabic text, it's got a shadda.
Yeah.
So it would be ahabbana, correct? And that's incorrect. So because it would be ahabbana, it's not, and the ruling is that the last letter has to be with sukoon to make it dharabna. So what happens? This ba is actually dissolved in its original format. If you go to the chat box, it becomes ahbaba. So ahbaba, the last letter, dharabna, the last ba is given a sukoon, becomes ahbab, and the noon is for the feminine, indicating upon feminine, becomes ahbabna.
Okay.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last letter before the noon here is the ta with ba, which will have sukoon. Yeah. So because what happened? Because it has a shadda, and the shadda represents two of the same kind, the same letter. So it's broken down to its original format, and that's what happens. And also remember, this is not a three-letter verb, sister. That's maybe the other thing which is confusing you. This is a four-letter past tense verb. This is something you need to remember. So ahbabna, 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, there's 4 letters. Can you see it? Ahbab, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a 4-letter verb. Says Masuma, is that clear now? So this
Yes, it
ahabba,
is, Sheikh.
it's a 4-letter verb, not a 3-letter verb as well.
Okay, that makes sense now.
That's brilliant. Okay, any questions from anyone? Any questions from anyone?
Sorry, Sheikh. You know, if I was to continue conjugating them, would it? So for the anta, would it carry on to be ahabta then?
Ahbabta.
So we have to add the ba then on all of them.
Yeah, the bar remains detached from each other. The shad doesn't remain anymore. So it becomes ahbabta. Continue. Ahbabta.
Ahbabtuma. The
Correct.
next one is that would be.
Yeah.
And then antum ahbabtum.
Correct.
And female you would be ahbabti.
Perfect.
Then is it antuma next?
Yep. Ahbabtuma.
Ahbabtuma.
Correct.
And then ahbabtunna.
Correct.
And then ahbabtu.
Yep.
And ahbabtuna.
Ahbabna.
Ahbabna. Sorry, the 2 comes off. Ahbabna. Okay.
So
Thank you, Sheikh.
So yeah, thank you ever so much for participating. So can you see that? Is it clear for everyone? So I've taken my time, explained everything as I can in this lesson to break it down and make everything crystal clear for everyone. Is it clear for everyone today? Yes or no? What's happened today?
Yes, it's clear.
If you could explain it once more again.
Okay. What the word ahabba? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So ahabba. First of all, let me explain. Let me explain it a different way now. Okay. Now that originally we have done so far, as I said to yourself last time, that dharaba is a 3-letter verb. Dharaba is a 3-letter verb. Okay. Now in Arabic language, the minimum letters are 3 letters for a verb. However, you can have more letters. You can have more letters than 3 to have a past tense verb. So I'll give you an example, a random example. Istaghfara. Istaghfara. So istaghfara, it has 5 letters there. Okay? So istaghfara has 5 letters. So the minimum letter is 3 letters, but you can have more letters as well. So here, in ahabba, you have the ha, the alif, ha, and then you have the 2 bars, correct? Because the shad represents there are 2 letters of the same kind together. So there are 4 letters there. Is that clear so far? Ahabba, this one here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 visible, and 1 is the shad, which makes it invisible. So ahabba. So past uhibbu is present tense, ahabba is past tense. So you will conjugate ahabba, ahabba, ahabbu, ahabbat, ahabbata, and then you say, because it's dharabna, and the ruling is that the letter before the noon has to be with a sukoon. So the letter before the noon has to be with a sukoon. Before the noon has to be a sukoon. So what happens then? Ahabba na doesn't fit that category. So what you will do then is that you will break the shad, you'll dissolve the shad and take it to its original form, which is ahbaba, ahbaba, ahbaba. So when it's ahbaba and you want to make they all females loved, then the last ba, you give that a sukoon, becomes ahbab, and the noon with a fatha, which represents they all females, is added, becomes ahbabna. I hope that was clear. Yes or no?
Sheikh, could you give an example with another word? Would it
Yes.
work with another word?
Yes,
Not
yes.
sarabna, something without the ba.
Okay, akramna. Akramna. Yeah, I'll give you the visual. Akramna. Akramna. So akram. So let me give you another. Akrama. The origin, if it was not with a shad, it will be akrama, akrama, akramu, akramat, akramata, akramna. This is a four-letter verb. Akrama, akrama, akramu, akramat, akramata, akramna. So this is the four-letter verb instead of having a shad in there. So it becomes akramna, ahbabna. That is the actual scale for it. Akrama, akrama, akramu, akramat, akramata, akramna. Akramu, correct. Is that clear now? If you still haven't got it, don't worry about it, because I'll go through this at a later stage and cover this as well. But I'll go through this. I'll send something out so that you have it visually there for you as well. Is that okay? So this thing, it's not essential at the moment, but I'll cover that. I'll give you something out. But overall, did everyone understand the lesson? Did everyone understand the lesson? Anyone who would like to come on the mic? Staba?
Yeah.
I was just saying, yes, I understood it.
Okay. Now, has anyone got 10 minutes or 5 minutes before we can leave, or everyone's in a hurry to leave? Is everyone in a hurry to leave, or has someone got 5-10 minutes? If you've got 5-10 minutes, I just want to get one of the students to come on the mic and go over the lesson. Yeah, that's fine. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, what I'll do, I'll bring Brother Ali on the mic. Brother Ali. Brother Ali, and I'll bring also Sister Zahra Jamal on the mic. Brother Ali, can you do the first paragraph, please?
Sure. So just read it out, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. هذا بيتي. This is my house.
Yep.
Okay. هذا بيتي. This is my house. بيتي أمام المسجد. My house is in front of the mosque. بيتي جميل. My house is beautiful. فيه حديقة صغيرة. In it is a small garden. هذه غرفتي. This is my room. فيها نافذة كبيرة. In it is a big window. ومروحة جميلة, and a beautiful fan.
Yep.
هذا سريري. This is my bed. وهذا كرسيي, and this is my chair. وهذا مكتبي, and this is my table. ساعتي. I'm not ساعتي.
Means clock.
Oh, my watch.
Clock or watch?
Yeah, my watch. Yeah. وقلمي, and my pen. وكتابي, and my book. على المكتب, on the table. وحقيبتي تحت المكتب, and my briefcase is under the table. نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة. The window of my room is open.
Jazakallah, brother. Thank you. Sister Zahra, can you come on the mic, please?
Yes.
Can you read هذه غرفة أخي?
هذه غرفة أخي. This room is my brother's. وتلك غرفة أختي. And that room is my sister's. غرفة أخي كبيرة. The room of my brother is big. وغرفة أختي صغيرة. And the room of my sister is small. غرفة أخي أمام غرفتي. The room of my brother is in front of my room. وغرفة أختي أمام المطبخ. And the room of my sister is in front of the kitchen. لي أخ واحد اسمه أسامة. For me, or I have one brother, his name is Usama. ولي أخت واحدة اسمها سعاد. And I have one sister, her name is Suad.
Brilliant.
أبي should I continue?
I'm going to get Sister Sukaina Khalfan on their mic.
Okay.
Jazakallah, sister. Sister
Thank you.
Sukaina Khalfan, can you do the last two sentences?
Sorry, I'm a little lost. Where was she? This one.
Abi wa ummi.
Okay. أبي وأمي في تلك الغرفة الكبيرة. My father and my mother in that room, in that big room.
Correct, in that big room.
أنا أحب أبي وأمي. I love my mother and my father. I love my father and my mother. Sorry. وأحب أخي وأختي. And I love my brother and my sister.
Jazakallah, sister. Thank you. Can I also have Sister Taiba on the mic as well?
Yes.
Once more, can you do the first 3 lines of the text, and then I'll get someone else on the mic after you.
Okay, the next page.
No, the same page.
Okay. So from هذا بيتي. هذا بيت. Okay. هذا بيتي. This is my house. بيتي أمام المسجد. My house is in front of the masjid. بيتي جميل. My house is beautiful. فيه حديقة صغيرة. In it is a small garden. هذه غرفتي. This is my room. فيها نافذة كبيرة. In it a big window. ومروحة جميلة. And a beautiful fan. هذا سريري. This is my bed. وهذا كرسيي. And this is my chair. وهذا مكتبي. And this is my notebook. ساعتي. My watch. وقلمي. And my pen. وكتابي. And my book. على المكتب. On the desk. وحقيبتي تحت المكتب. And my bag is under the desk. نافذة غرفتي مفتوحة. Window of my room is open.
Brilliant. Sister Sabira, Jazakallah, Sister Taiba. Sister Sabira, can you come on the mic, please?
Yeah. Salam.
Alaykum salam. Sani, can you transform هذه غرفة أخي?
هذه غرفة أخي. This is my brother's room. وتلك غرفة أختي. And that is the room of my sister. غرفة أخي كبيرة. The room of my brother is big. وغرفة أختي صغيرة. And the room of my sister is small. غرفة أخي أمامة. So my brother's room is in front. إمامة غرفتي is in front of my room. وغرفة أختي and my sister's room أمام المطبخ is in front of the kitchen.
Brilliant. Jazakallah, sister. Thank you ever so much. How are you finding it?
Yeah, if you do your homework and you read through stuff, it helps.
That's the reason why I've tried to break down everything in this lesson. Normally, no one would do this. Normally, when people are teaching this book, they will say, "Hada Baiti, this is my house. Baiti Amam al-Masjidi, my house is in front," and they will continue. The in-depth information which I'm going through, it's very difficult. Which teachers would go through that itself. They will keep it very surface level, and that's the reason why then students would not enjoy the lesson. If everything is broken down,
Yeah.
then everyone understands everything.
Yeah, it certainly is very comprehensive. So thank you.
You're welcome, sister. Dr. Rahim, can you come on the mic, please? Dr. Rahim?
Alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, doctor. Can you
Me to start the beginning or?
Can you start from هذه غرفة أخي?
هذه غرفة أخي. This is the room of my brother. فتلك غرفته أختي. And that is the room of my sister. غرفة أخي كبيرة. The room of my brother is big. وغرفة أختي صغيرة. The room of my sister is small. غرفة أخي أمام غرفتي. The room of my brother is facing my room. وغرفتي أختي أمام مطبخ. And the room of my sister is facing the kitchen. لي أخ واحد. I have one brother. اسمه أسامة. ولي أخت واحدة. And I have one sister. اسمه سعاد. Her name is سعاد. أبي وأمي في تلك الغرفة الكبيرة. I have my mother and father in that big room. كبيرة. كبيرتي أحسنت. أنا أحب أبي وأمي. And I love my father and my mother. وأحب أخي وأختي. And I love my brother and my sister.
Brilliant.
أحسنت.
Jazakallah. Okay. Does anyone? Okay, I need to get one of the sister Sakina or Zamina. One of you, come on the mic.
Yes.
Any of you. Can you? Okay, let me just quickly go over the next page. Yeah, can you read and write?
من في هذا البيت فيه حامد.
Translate, please.
Who is in this house? In it is Hamid. ماذا في الحقيبة؟ فيها كتابي وقلمي ودفتري. What is in her bag?
In the bag.
In the bag. In it is my book and my pen and my notebook. من في السيارة? Who is in the car? فيها أبي وأمي وأخي وأختي. In it is my father and my mother and my brother and my sister. من في مسجد الجامعة الآن? Who is in the university?
Who is in the في المسجد الجامع? Who is in the central mosque?
Central mosque now. ما فيه أحد.
Here, this is something new. Mom here, when ma comes with fi, ma means no one. Ma here means no. So ma fi ahad means no one is in the mosque.
Okay, so no one is in the mosque. And then من في هذه الغرفة? Who is in this room? فيها المدير. In it is the director.
Jazakallah, sister. Thank you ever so much. Can I have sister Zebun Nisa?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Can you do 1 and 2, please?
1 and 2, both.
Yes, please.
Man fi hadal baiti, who is in that house? Fihi Hamidun, in it is Hamid. Mada fil haqibati, what is there in the bag? Fiha kitabi, in it there is my book. Wa qalami, and my pen. Wa daftari, and my notebook. Man fi sayyarati, who is in the car. Fiha abi wa ummi wa akhi wa ukhti. In it is my father and my mother and my brother and my sister. Man fi masjidil jami'ati al-an, who is in the mosque, big mosque now. Ma fihi ahadun, there is no one. Man fi hadhihi al-ghurfati, who is in this room. Fiha al-mudiri, in it there is a principal.
فيها المدير. المدير.
Fiha al-mudiru,
Yes.
in it there is a principal.
Jazakallah. Thank you. Karif, next on the mic. Sister Sadiqa. Sister Sadiqa, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you, sister?
Alhamdulillah.
Sister,
I'm
can
a
you?
bit rusty, sorry, Malim. I can tell you I haven't done my homework for some time.
No problem. I'm going to do the next one. Uhibbu abi wa ummi from here.
Uhibbu
Abi.
bi wa ummi. I love my father and my mother.
Correct.
Wa uhibbu akhi wa ukhti. And I love my brother and my sister.
Brilliant.
Uhibbu zamili. What does that?
I love my colleague. Zamili means colleague.
I love my colleague. Uhibbu astazi.
Ustadi.
Ustazi.
Yep.
And that is,
I love my teacher.
I love my teacher. Uhibbullah, I love Allah. Uhibbu Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and I love my prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Uhibbul lagatil
Al-lughatal.
Arabiya, and I love the Arabic language.
I love the Arabic language. Brilliant. Okay. Who else? Sister Farhana Alvi. Sister Farhana Alvi.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Can you do Uhibbu abi wa ummi, please?
Uhibbu abi wa ammi. I love my father and my mother.
Yep.
Ahabbu akhi wa ukhti. I love my brother and sister. Uhibbu
Yeah.
akhi wa ukhti. I love my brother and sister. Ahibbu zamili. I love my colleague. Ahibbul
Ustadi.
Ustazi. I love my teacher. Ahibbullah. I love Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ahibbul Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Correct. And the last one?
Ahibbul al-khti al-arbiyati.
Al-Arabiyata, yes.
Arbiyat. I love the Arabic language.
I love the Arabic. Jazakallah. Karif, Sister Tahrina on the mic. Sister Tahrina Koja.
Ji.
Can you do from top of the page? Man fi hadha al-bayt.
Man fi hadha al-bayti fihi hamidun. Who is in this house? In the house. Fihi hamidun. In it hamidun. In it hamid. Madha fil haqibati. What is this in the bag? Fiha kitabi wa qalami wa daftari. In it, my book, my pen, and my notebook. My book, my pen, and my notebook. Man fi sayyarati fiha abi wa ummi wa akhi wa ukhti. Who is in the car? In it, my father, my mother, my brother, and my sister. Man fi masjidi. Man fi masjidi al-jami'ati al-an ma fihi ahadun. Who is in this mosque? University's mosque?
No, Central Mosque.
Central Mosque. Ma fihi ahadun. Nobody in it.
Brilliant.
And man fi hadhil ghurfati fiha al-mudiru. So who is in this room?
Yep.
In it, its manager.
Jazakallah, sister. Can Sister Batul Manji on the mic? Sister Batul Manji?
لا السلام عليكم.
Alaikum assalam. How are you, sister?
الحمد لله.
Can you do أحب أبي وأمي?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أحب أبي وأمي. I love my father and my mother. أحب أخي وأختي. I love my brother and my sister. أحب زميلي. I love my colleague. أحب أستاذي. I love my teacher. أحب الله. I love my Allah. I love Allah. أحب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. I love Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم. أحب لغة العربية. I love Arabic language.
Jazakallah, sister. Thank you ever so much. I'm going to pick on.
Can I ask a question about this?
Yes, go ahead.
So, like you said, that all nouns have a dhamma by default, right? And then if it's preceded by a preposition, it takes a kasra.
Yep.
So over here, the uhibbul lughatal arabiyata, it has a fatha. So could you explain that?
No, I was waiting for someone to pick up that point for me to explain. That's fine. I'm not going to answer that question because I want to delve on this question next lesson because half of the class have disappeared now. So I'll tell you the answer in short. I'll explain next lesson. Al-lughat al-arabiyata, it's the object. So what happens when there's a noun which comes after a verb, you normally have the object. I mentioned this before in book 1. In lesson number 10. So al-lughat al-arabiyya is the object. The verb is the uhibbu, and every verb requires a subject. The subject is uhibbu, is ana, I. I am the subject for the verb I am loving. So when you have the subject and the verb, the object always gets a fatha. If it's with alif lam, then it gets a fatha. If it's without alif lam, it'll be get a fatha tanween. So uhibbu lughatan arabiyatan.
Okay, so that's the ruling for this.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
So there's 2 people who are outstanding. Can I facilitate them in the next tutorial sessions? Inshallah, is that okay with them? So there was Sister Rosie and also Sister S7. So it's both of you sisters, I will bring you the first on the mic next lesson. Is that okay with you?
Yes, no problem.
Jazakallah, sister. So inshallah, next lesson, you'll be the first 2 who I'll bring on the mic.
I have a question as well, Sheikh.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you know this sentence, Man fi masjidil jamiatil an ma fihi ahadun. What is the proper translation of this sentence?
Which one? Okay, man fil masjidi al-jami'ati al-an. Who is in the central mosque now? So al-jami'a means central. And so here, ma means not, fihi means in it, no, ahadun means no one. So ma fi ahad means there's no one in there.
Okay. Jazakallah, Sheikh. Thank you.
So inshallah, I hope today's lesson was interesting and exciting and enjoying. It was something different compared to what we have done in book 1. So inshallah, I hope you enjoyed the lesson.
Can I ask a question? Can I repeat the question, please? Ahibbu and uhibbu. What is the difference?
What was that?
Ahibbu and uhibbu.
Ahabba, uhibbu.
Ahibbu and uhibbu. Because somebody has mentioned ahibbu before.
Yeah. Uhibbu means I love. Uhibbu means I love. Nuhibbu means we love.
Ahibbu.
Uhibbu means I love, and nuhibbu means love.
And ahibbu.
No, ahibbu.
I've never heard that before.
Ahibbu is wrong. It's uhibbu.
It's wrong. I thought so.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to clarify. Thank you.
No problem at all. So loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala
Muhammad.
اللهم كن لوليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليل أين حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتع فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. So inshallah, all your feedbacks, please write that in the chat box in the WhatsApp group, so that you can make the WhatsApp groups more interactive. Just write your feedback in there so that everyone is able to listen and share each other's thoughts. So that'd be much appreciated. So iltimas dua, and inshallah may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you successful. As usual, please, I'm going to be really harsh this time. Everyone has to do their homework. There's no person who's going to say, Sheikh, I've been busy. No, everyone has to send me their homework, because this book is a bit more advanced and I need everyone to be on top of they have to be on top of their work. Otherwise they will fall behind. So please, everyone, send your homeworks, Arabic, translation, and also recordings as well. So yes, what is the this homework? Yeah, finish this lesson, or the whole lesson. We finished the whole lesson. So write it in Arabic, translate it in English, and send a voice recording as well. So 3 of them, inshallah. Okay. Iltimas dua, and inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you. So from me, iltimas dua, and inshallah, I'll see you next week. Inshallah. Fi amanillah.